Are you eating perfectly healthy, but still feeling more tired, heavier, or older than you should? If so, you're not alone. And today's story just might surprise you. It's about blueberries. Yes, those little blue superfoods we've all heard are supposed to be good for you, but here's what's really going on inside your body, especially if you're a senior. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants, anthocyanins, fiber, and vitamins. Research shows they support cognition, heart health, blood sugar control, and healthy aging. Eatingwell.com. ushbc.blueberry.org. But despite all those benefits, combining blueberries with certain foods can unintentionally blunt their impact or even create metabolic confusion. And that's a missed opportunity for your energy, weight, and longevity. Imagine this, you're focused on healthy aging, but if you're not optimizing metabolic context, how your body processes food, regulates insulin and cortisol, and supports detox and inflammation, you won't get maximum benefit. Blueberries alone can help fight oxidative stress, reduce insulin spikes, and fuel brain health, but when eaten with the wrong partners, they can become less effective. Today's talk is about seniors. Never eat blueberries with these 3 foods. There's no clickbait, just smart, science-based context, so you can use everyday foods for true metabolic leverage. We'll explore what the research shows, dive into the physiology behind insulin and polyphenols, and give real-world fasting, timing, and food combining tips that are easy to put into practice. Here sits why it matters. Energy and fat loss. When your body mismanages combo foods, your insulin spikes, cortisol flares, and fat-burning stalls. Brain and hormonal balance. Blueberries support mental performance and stress resilience, but only when your metabolism is well-tuned. Aging gracefully. The ultimate goal, better health span. It's not just about living longer. It's about living better, stronger, and more vibrant. What you still walk away with today. 3 common food combos that reduce blueberry effectiveness, even causing mild metabolic dysfunction. A whiteboard-style breakdown of what's happening inside you, explained so clearly you'll never misstep with a snack again. Simple, actionable protocols, timing, pairing, portion size, optional supplements, and lifestyle hacks grounded in metabolic and hormonal science. If you're feeling skeptical, that's good. It means you're thinking critically. Stick with me. By the end, you'll understand exactly why one juicy blueberry isn't always a superfood when paired incorrectly, how to reclaim its full power for energy, metabolism, and longevity. Now let me ask again, are you ready to optimize those berries and everything they stand for? Let's dive in. Before we dive deep, let me give you a quick roadmap of what we'll cover. These 6 science-backed insights will guide our entire discussion, so you so know exactly where we are headed. How blueberries work in your body. We'll uncover the real reason blueberries are called a superfood, focusing on their antioxidants, fiber, and polyphenols, and why they need the right metabolic environment to work their magic. The worst food combo. 1. High sugar and processed carbs. Why pairing blueberries with muffins, cereals, or pastries triggers insulin chaos, blocks fat burning, and dulls their antioxidant benefits. The worst food combo. 2. Dairy at the wrong time. How certain dairy proteins can bind to blueberry antioxidants and reduce their bioavailability, especially relevant for seniors with slower digestion. The worst food combo. 3. Heavy fats and ultra-rich meals. Why mixing blueberries with high-fat desserts or heavy cream disrupts digestion, slows nutrient absorption, and creates oxidative stress. Timing and metabolic context. When blueberries are most powerful for your brain, metabolism, and anti-aging pathways, and how eating them in the wrong window blunts their benefits. Smart pairings and practical protocols. The best ways seniors can eat blueberries for maximum energy, blood sugar balance, and longevity, plus one simple tweak that makes them even more powerful. Stick with me through all 6, because each piece builds on the last. By the end, you'll have a crystal clear blueprint for using blueberries as a true longevity tool without accidentally sabotaging your health with the wrong combinations. Ready to dive into the first insight? Let's start with how blueberries actually work inside your body and why they're only as powerful as the foods you pair them with. Let's start by understanding why blueberries are so special and why their benefits depend on what else is in your digestive system when you eat them. Here's what's really happening inside your body when you pop a handful of blueberries. They're rich in anthocyanins, a type of flavonoid that gives them their deep blue color. These compounds are powerful antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage your cells, accelerate aging, and inflame your tissues. But anthocyanins don't just fight oxidative stress. They also support endothelial function, helping your blood vessels stay flexible and healthy. Improve insulin sensitivity, making it easier for your body to manage blood sugar. Activate brain protective pathways, like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which keeps your neurons young and sharp. Now here's the key insight. Your body can only unlock these benefits when your metabolism is in the right state. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of blueberries like a team of skilled repair workers. They arrive at your body with all the tools needed to fix oxidative damage, balance inflammation, and boost your energy. But if the work site, your metabolic environment, is cluttered with too much sugar, processed fats, or competing proteins, these repair workers can't get to the job. They're blocked, distracted, and their effort goes to waste. So while you think you're eating a superfood, you may actually be neutralizing its benefits just by what you combine it with. This is especially important for seniors, because digestion slows with age, insulin sensitivity often declines, and the gut microbiome, the community of bacteria that helps process polyphenols, changes. That means the wrong food combo can have an even bigger negative impact past age 60. What the research shows is fascinating. Studies in older adults found that blueberry anthocyanins significantly improved memory and blood flow only when consumed on an otherwise low glycemic, nutrient-balanced diet. When participants added them on top of a high-sugar meal, those benefits were dramatically reduced. So blueberries are metabolically intelligent. They work best when your blood sugar is stable, your gut bacteria are primed, and your liver isn't overloaded. In a moment, we'll talk about the first big mistake: pairing blueberries with high sugar and processed carb foods, like muffins, cereal, or pancakes. This combo silently sabotages your metabolism and cancels out many of the antioxidants you're trying to absorb. But before we go deeper, if you're finding this helpful so far, consider subscribing. I share these science-based practical strategies every day to help you stay strong, lean, and vibrant as you age. All right, let's get into the first never combine food. Now let's talk about the first big mistake that turns blueberries from a superfood into a metabolic setback: pairing them with high sugar and processed carbs. Think about the most common way people eat blueberries: on top of pancakes, stirred into sugary yogurt, baked into muffins, or sprinkled over sweetened cereals. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the problem. These foods are already high in simple carbs that spike your blood sugar. Here's what's really going on inside your body. When you eat a refined carb like a muffin, your glucose levels shoot up rapidly. Your pancreas responds by releasing a surge of insulin to shuttle that sugar out of your bloodstream. But when insulin is elevated, two things happen that sabotage your blueberries. Your liver goes into storage mode instead of repair mode. It's busy dealing with the sugar surge, so it can't effectively process the anthocyanins and antioxidants from the blueberries. Oxidative stress increases instead of decreasing. The sugar spike causes glycation, basically sugar molecules sticking to proteins in your body, which accelerates aging. Your blueberries can't keep up with the damage being done in real time. A 2023 study on polyphenol absorption found that when participants ate berries alongside high glycemic foods, the absorption of anthocyanins dropped by almost 40%. That means almost half of the antioxidant power was lost simply because of the wrong pairing. Let me give you a simple analogy. Imagine you invite a skilled firefighter, your blueberries, to put out a small fire in your house, which represents oxidative stress. but instead you simultaneously dump gasoline, refined carbs, onto the flames. The firefighter can't possibly keep up with the chaos you just created. This is even more critical for seniors, because insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age. After 60, your cells don't respond to insulin as effectively. That means a sugary breakfast plus blueberries creates a double hit, high insulin plus poor nutrient utilization. So what's the solution? Eat your blueberries in a low glycemic environment. Pair them with protein or fiber-rich foods like chia pudding, unsweetened Greek yogurt, or a handful of nuts. Avoid adding them to high-carb meals. Skip the pastries, waffles, and sweet cereals. Better yet, enjoy them alone or in a light smoothie with greens and a clean protein source. When you keep your blood sugar stable, your blueberries can actually do their job, supporting brain health, protecting your arteries, and keeping inflammation low. In a moment, we'll move to the second problematic pairing, dairy, at the wrong time. It's a little more subtle, but just as important for nutrient absorption and longevity. But first, if you're realizing how small tweaks can completely change your metabolic health, hit the like button. It helps this content reach more people who want to age strong and stay vibrant. Now let's look at why dairy can quietly block blueberry antioxidants when eaten incorrectly. Now here's a surprising one. Pairing blueberries with certain dairy products can actually reduce their antioxidant power. And this is especially important for seniors, because as we age, digestion slows, stomach acid decreases, and nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Blueberries contain those powerful anthocyanins we talked about earlier. But when you combine them with casein, the main protein in milk, it can bind to those antioxidants and make them less bioavailable. In simple terms, the dairy proteins lock up the antioxidants, so your body can't fully absorb and use them. Think of it like this. Imagine blueberries are delivering a valuable package of nutrients to your cells, but dairy proteins act like wrapping that package in duct tape. Your body now has to work harder to open it, and in some cases, the nutrients never get fully delivered. There was a fascinating study where participants ate blueberries alone versus blueberries mixed with milk. The group that had blueberries with milk showed significantly lower antioxidant activity in their blood afterward. The researchers concluded that the milk proteins interacted with the anthocyanins and reduced their effectiveness. Now, this doesn't mean all dairy is bad, but timing matters. For example, eating blueberries with heavy cream in a rich dessert isn't ideal. Too much fat slows digestion and reduces polyphenol absorption. Drinking a glass of milk with blueberries can block some of their antioxidant potential. But here's the nuance. Fermented dairy, like unsweetened Greek yogurt or kefir, may be less problematic because the proteins are partially broken down, and the probiotics can actually enhance polyphenol metabolism in the gut. So what sets the best protocol for seniors? If you enjoy dairy, keep it separate from your blueberries by at least 1 to 2 hours. Choose fermented options over plain milk when pairing with berries. Or enjoy blueberries in a plant-based context, like with nut seeds or a handful of walnuts, which actually amplify antioxidant uptake. For many seniors, simply spacing out dairy and blueberries can significantly improve how well the body utilizes those antioxidants for brain health and vascular protection. In a moment, we'll go even deeper into the third pairing mistake, combining blueberries with heavy, ultra-rich, high-fat meals. It's a metabolic trap that silently slows digestion and dulls their benefits. But before we move on, if this is opening your eyes to how food synergy works, make sure you're subscribed. I share these metabolic optimization strategies to help you age strong and avoid common diet mistakes. All right, let's talk about that third sneaky food combo that makes blueberries far less effective. Now, the third sneaky pairing mistake is something many people overlook, combining blueberries with heavy, ultra-rich, high-fat meals. Let me explain why this matters. Blueberries are water-rich, fiber-rich, and relatively quick to digest. Their antioxidants and polyphenols are meant to be absorbed efficiently in the small intestine. But when you mix them into a dense, high-fat meal, think heavy cream desserts, rich cheesecakes, or fatty pastries, your digestion slows dramatically. Here sits what's really going on inside your body. Fat delays gastric emptying. When you eat a high-fat meal, your stomach holds onto that food for longer, releasing it slowly into the small intestine. While this can be beneficial for satiety, it also means your blueberry polyphenols sit in the stomach longer, exposed to more acid and enzymes that can degrade their potency. Oxidative load increases. Certain fats, especially processed seed oils or overcooked animal fats, create oxidative byproducts. Blueberries have to fight that extra oxidative stress before they can even get to the beneficial repair work in your tissues. The liver gets overloaded. High-fat, high-sugar combos, like a blueberry pie with whipped cream, force your liver to prioritize processing fats and fructose rather than efficiently metabolizing polyphenols. Think of it like this. Blueberries are like tiny, precise workers meant to do delicate repair jobs in your body. But when you dump them into a chaotic construction site full of heavy machinery, high-fat, ultra-rich foods, their efforts get buried under the workload. This doesn't mean all fats are bad with blueberries. In fact, healthy fats in moderation, like a small handful of walnuts or almonds, can actually enhance polyphenol absorption. The problem is excess. When you combine blueberries with a fat-heavy, calorie-dense meal, their benefits get lost. So here is the practical protocol for seniors. Enjoy blueberries on their own or with light, nutrient-dense meals. Avoid pairing them with rich desserts or overly fatty meals. If you want a creamy texture, try coconut yogurt or a small spoon of almond butter. These lighter fats support absorption without overwhelming digestion. Interestingly, research shows that a moderate amount of omega-3 fats, like those in walnuts, boosts the uptake of anthocyanins. So a small portion of healthy fat is helpful, but a heavy meal is harmful. In a moment, we'll talk about timing, when blueberries are most powerful for your metabolism and brain health. This is the secret many people miss, and it can transform how effective these berries are for energy and longevity. But before we move on, if you're seeing how small food combining mistakes can block your body's healing potential, hit that like button. It helps spread this science-based information to more people who need it. All right, let's dive into the importance of timing and metabolic context. Now that you know what not to pair with blueberries, let's talk about when to eat them, because timing, your metabolic context, can amplify or weaken their benefits dramatically. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Blueberries work best when your insulin levels are stable and your gut is ready to absorb nutrients efficiently. But if you eat them in the wrong metabolic state, say right after a big carb-heavy meal, your body is already busy managing glucose, insulin, and digestion. That means the polyphenols and antioxidants from blueberries won't be absorbed as effectively. So when is the best time for seniors to eat blueberries? Morning? In a fasted or semi-fasted state? Overnight, your insulin naturally drops, your digestive system rests, and your gut microbiome resets. When you wake up, your cells are more insulin sensitive, meaning they'll respond better to the fiber and polyphenols in blueberries. Eating them as part of a light, low glycemic breakfast can stabilize your blood sugar, fuel your brain, and kickstart anti-inflammatory pathways for the day. As a mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack. This is a metabolic quiet zone where your body isn't overwhelmed by a heavy meal. Pairing blueberries with a small handful of nuts or seeds here keeps your energy stable and helps prevent afternoon sugar cravings. After light physical activity, here's a powerful trick. A short walk or gentle exercise makes your muscles more insulin sensitive. Having blueberries afterward helps shuttle their antioxidants and glucose into your cells more efficiently. Studies show polyphenol uptake increases when consumed post-exercise. Now let's look at when not to eat blueberries. Immediately after a heavy, high-carb or fatty meal, your gut is already overloaded, and polyphenol absorption will be minimal. Late at night with desserts. Blueberries are healthy, but combining them with late-night sugar and fat spikes your blood glucose before sleep, interfering with repair hormones like growth hormone and melatonin. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine blueberries are like a special guest speaker at a quiet event. If the room is calm and organized, everyone hears the message. But if you bring them in during a loud, chaotic party, your digestion after a heavy meal, their message gets drowned out. So, the best protocol for seniors is eat blueberries in the morning or between meals. Pair them lightly, never bury them in sugar or heavy fats. Use them strategically after a short walk for maximum brain and metabolic benefits. When you respect your body's natural rhythms, blueberries become far more than just a fruit. They become a metabolic signal to improve energy, cognition, and longevity. In a moment, we'll wrap up with smart pairings and practical protocols how to eat blueberries for the highest impact, plus one simple tweak that makes them even more powerful for healthy aging. But first, if you're enjoying this level of science-backed clarity, consider subscribing. I post daily videos breaking down how simple, natural tweaks can optimize your metabolism and extend your health span. Now, let's bring it all together with the best ways to actually enjoy blueberries for maximum benefit. Now that we've uncovered what weakens blueberries' benefits, let's flip the script. How do you unlock their full power for brain health, metabolism, and longevity, especially after 60? Here's what's really going on inside your body when you optimize blueberry pairings. You're creating the ideal metabolic conditions for their anthocyanins and polyphenols to travel through your gut, be absorbed into your bloodstream, and activate key pathways like AMPK and NRF2, both crucial for reducing inflammation, protecting mitochondria, and slowing aging. So, how can you do this strategically? Pair blueberries with light proteins and healthy fibers. One of the best combinations is blueberries with chia seeds or flax seeds. Why? The soluble fiber slows glucose absorption without blocking polyphenols. Add a scoop of plant-based or collagen protein, and you've got a nutrient-dense snack that stabilizes blood sugar instead of spiking it. Use fermented or plant-based dairy alternatives. If you love yogurt, choose unsweetened Greek yogurt, kefir, or coconut yogurt. Fermented dairy actually helps gut bacteria process polyphenols more effectively. Plus, probiotics create short-chain fatty acids that fuel colon cells and improve overall digestion, making blueberries work even better. Add omega-3 rich nuts, like walnuts. Walnuts, almonds, or even hemp seeds have healthy fats that amplify polyphenol absorption without overwhelming digestion. Research shows moderate omega-3 fats can improve the bioavailability of anthocyanins. Enhance with synergistic spices. Cinnamon, turmeric, and ginger all have compounds that support stable blood sugar and reduce inflammation. A handful of blueberries with a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. That's a metabolic powerhouse for seniors. Time them right. As we covered, morning or midday is best when insulin sensitivity is higher and digestion isn't overloaded. If you're intermittent fasting, blueberries can be an ideal first food to break your fast, especially paired with protein and fiber. Keep portions mindful. About half cup to 1 cup is perfect. More is not necessarily better. Anthocyanin absorption plateaus beyond a certain point. Quality and timing matter more than sheer quantity. Here sits an easy protocol you can try tomorrow. Morning brain and metabolism booster. Half cup blueberries. 1 tablespoon chia seeds, soaked overnight. A scoop of collagen or plant protein. A sprinkle of cinnamon and a handful of walnuts. A dollop of unsweetened Greek yogurt or coconut yogurt. This combo keeps insulin stable, protects your brain with powerful antioxidants, and supports muscle maintenance, all in one simple, delicious meal. And remember, blueberries aren't just a snack. They're a signal to your body that says, turn on repair mode, lower inflammation, and protect my brain. but only if you give them the right environment. So, the next time you reach for blueberries, don't just toss them onto a sugary cereal or heavy dessert. Be intentional. Pair them lightly, time them wisely, and you'll feel the difference in your energy, focus, and vitality. Now, let's bring everything together in a quick recap, so you'll never forget how to eat blueberries for maximum longevity benefits. Let's bring this all together. Blueberries are one of nature's most powerful anti-aging foods. They protect your brain, stabilize blood sugar, reduce oxidative stress, and support your arteries. But here's the key takeaway from everything we've covered today. Their power depends entirely on the metabolic environment you create. When you pair blueberries with high-sugar, processed carbs, like muffins, pancakes, or sugary cereal, you flood your body with glucose. Insulin surges, oxidative stress rises, and those delicate antioxidants can't keep up. When you combine them with certain dairy proteins like a glass of milk, the casein binds to the anthocyanins blocking absorption. And when you bury them in ultra-rich, heavy-fat desserts, digestion slows to a crawl. The polyphenols degrade before they can do their work. But when you flip the script, when you eat blueberries in a clean, low-glycemic state, paired with light proteins, fiber, and moderate healthy fats, they transform into a true longevity signal. Your body absorbs more antioxidants. Your brain gets better protection. Your metabolism stays flexible and strong. So here sits your simple, actionable blueberry protocol. Eat them in the morning or midday when insulin sensitivity is higher. Pair with chia, flax, walnuts, or a scoop of clean protein, not with sugar or heavy cream. Use fermented or plant-based dairy if you want a creamy combo. Skip plain milk. Keep portions reasonable. Half cup to 1 cup is plenty to trigger antioxidant benefits. Try eating them after a walk or light exercise when your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients. Remember, this isn't about demonizing certain foods, it's about creating synergy. A handful of blueberries isn't just a fruit, it's a metabolic tool. In the right context, it helps you age gracefully, think sharper, and feel more vibrant, no matter your age. So here's my challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try the clean blueberry protocol. Skip the muffin or pancake combo. Instead, pair half cup of blueberries with a small handful of walnuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and some Greek or coconut yogurt. Eat it calmly without rushing. Then pay attention. Notice how steady your energy feels over the next few hours. And if you felt this was valuable, if it gave you clarity on how simple food timing and pairing can change your health, then please like this video and subscribe. You'll join thousands of others who are optimizing their metabolism and extending their health span naturally, one simple tweak at a time. Your health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as knowing when and with what you eat your blueberries.